Hello viewers and my fellow technicians, you are all welcome to my new repairing video. If you are watching my video for the first time, please don't hesitate to subscribe, like, share, comment, and also click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop new contents like this. So on today's video, what are we doing? We are going to be replacing the OLED LCD of iPhone 14 Pro Max while maintaining its true authenticity. Now, when I say authenticity, is because iPhone structured your devices in such a way that once you replace certain parts from it, or probably like the LCD, the screen, the cameras, battery, and so on, it has this authentic code or ICs that relates to the phone to tell you that this is the original component that came with the phone from the factory. Now, most people face difficulties these days in with either selling their phones or swapping their phones from local vendors because they have changed certain parts on the phone. And once you change a part on the iPhone, it gets to generate an error message that is shown in the system, which is practically unknown part. The part is not genuine, and so on. Now, there are two or three reasons why you may want to change your screen and maintain its authenticity. Firstly, is because some clients don't really like to see messages appearing on their phones while they are using them. It's irritating to some clients. And the other reason could be because you bought the phone from a vendor and practically the screen got broken and you need to replace the phone and probably do a swap of the phone later to maybe an upgrade or a downgrade, depends on what you want to do with your phone. Now, if you get the phones to the vendor without all those error messages showing in the system, now they'll get to charge you more because they already know that the phone has been opened before. So this video is not in any way to cheat phone vendors, but it's just to satisfy clients in one way or the other. So for this reason, there is no way I can do this repair if the client decides to go in for the low quality screen, because it's going to be a waste of talent and a waste of time. So the only reason I can do this particular repair is if the client decides to go in for the original OLED screen. So in that light, if your local vendor decides to do the swap or you want to sell the phone, the person buying the phone will also enjoy the screen, knowing that you replace the screen with an original OLED LCD. So normally, if a client pays very well, I can do this job for them for free. But if a client doesn't pay very well, I'll charge them extra, or I just go about replacing the screens and they go home with it with all the notification messages showing the unknown parts on their phone. Now this part is for my fellow technicians. Most of us have been replacing these screens, and each time we buy this OLED screen, we see these small tag-on flecks in the package, and we don't really know what the tag-on flex is used for. Now this is the purpose. Now they are due to the fact that these people are trying to ensure maximum safety when doing this repair. They develop this tag-on flex, so you have to remove the IC from the old screen or the previous screen that was bad, rebuild the screen, then place it now on this small tag-on flex in order to avoid damaging the new screen. Imagine you soldering this IC on the new screen that you have to replace, and it's a screen that you just bought from a vendor. You know, if you take the phone back and there's any damage on the screen because we're trying to do this kind of repair, the vendor will not practically replace the screen. So do not engage in such repairs if you are not well skilled or advanced in IC reballing and replacing stuff like this. So now once you mount the IC on the tag-on flex, you need to check all the output readings from there, the diode readings, to see if they are okay, or to verify if there is any solder breach under the IC when you mounted it, because if there's any solder breach, it can cause a short circuit under and might damage the screen. We don't know. So first off, you have to apply some flux and solder paste on the tag-on flex, and then use your soldering iron to thin the parts on the tag-on flex. Now you move to your LCD, you apply some flux on those parts. Those are the bonding parts. Then align the Tagon flex to the bonding parts, and you simply use your soldering iron to bond the parts of the flex and those on the LCD. It's as simple as that. Once you've mounted the Tagon flex, you need to take diode readings on each part to make sure every output voltage is available, or diode reading. This is to ensure the safety of the screen. Now if we head to the settings right there under parts and service history, you were supposed to have a message there showing unknown part, but you see we don't have any message. The only message available here is the one for the battery, because it is below 75% and need replacement. So if you are still here by now, I want to say thank you for watching. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting and sharing to stay up to date when I drop new educative contents like this.